pretty normal to have insecurities, right? But Kevin, is being tall ever come up as an insecurity?
I'm always thinking about my height in terms of where I am in the picture, or like, am I reaching everyone's levels and things like that. And every time like we hit a level, I'm always one of the ones that called out. It's like, oh, Kevin, like, make sure you hit that level. It's like, I know.
Kim, what about being short?
How tall are you, Kim?
Oh man, I'm 4'10". I know in the beginning stages of my journey, my consistent criticism was extend, reach, dance bigger, because I always felt like I had this box with me, and I feel like, yeah, maybe it stemmed from like the lack of confidence, because I felt like, okay, well, you know, this looks good. This is the extent of that my body will allow, because that's how I feel. As well as like distance, when you were talking about distance, like travel, like if I'm paired with someone like that, it's like I have to go. It's like the Pomeranian next to like a German Shepherd, like having to move twice as fast. You know, like I can't cover as much distance as he typically would, so you have to kind of like meet in the middle.
Do looks matter in dance? And if so, how much?
Wow.
I want to say it doesn't, but I think it kind of does.
So in my heart it doesn't, but in my brain it does. Like, does that make sense? So it's an unfortunate reality, I think, of the world a little bit. I mean, we're definitely on this trend of like breaking the norms and breaking the status quo. But interestingly enough, it's the exception versus like a new norm.
What are some ways we can improve as a community to change this status quo?
If they want to do it, like, then let them do it, you know. And I think the more support that they have behind them, then the more normalized it becomes.
One of the things we could do, and this quote is from Kevin's favorite person, RuPaul. Like she always says, you know, if you don't love yourself,
remember, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Amen.
it's like, I feel like, how can we support the community if you can't even start within yourself? You know what I mean?
Wow. When did you know you were ready to be a leader?
Ooh. I think because I kind of started teaching at a really young age, you obviously have to lead the room. You have to command the room, and you have to make sure that you're running your class a certain way. And I think that those definitely instilled a lot of values for me. And then just like kind of learning from my other directors that I was on teams before, and kind of taking the stuff that they did that I was like, okay, I really like that, and kind of instilling that into my classes and stuff.
People see it in you before you see it in yourself. So it's like, that's a cool discovery to make later on in life, you know?
I had one professor tell me, like, you know, teach how you want to be taught and lead how you want to be led.
Nice.
And that's something that I kind of go by. You know, I want to be a leader that is firm in their decision, but also very empathic in people's feelings and whatnot.
It keeps going. It's not like, okay, cool, I'm a leader. Like, I'm still learning, like you said, every single time, every practice, I'm still learning how to be a better leader and just how to be better in general.
But one thing I wanted to definitely kind of talk about today was a little bit of your creative process.
We changed whole songs and whole pieces before, like, just because we were like, you know what, this just isn't working.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, your job isn't done until you perform.
Not at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like the hardest part is just making sure the set is done. And like making that decision of like, oh, should we go here? But like what you said, just get it done.
With my mixer, it's like I go through like 10 different drafts of that, because that in itself, like, you can have the sickest choreo, but if your mix is weird, like, like it's over, you know?
People have been hiring a lot of people to mix their stuff lately, and it's been super effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Once I found my mixer, I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
No more hard
so
cuts.
much easier. Yeah. No more like
garage band.
No more explosions.
Yeah.
You know? What are the biggest challenges that you guys face as a director?
Injuries and attendance.
We always say and it always happens for us. It's so weird. We always call it like the curse, the week prior curse, where like the week prior to competition, everybody's getting sick, everybody's getting hurt, and it's just like, what is going on?
I think that's something that a lot of, I guess people don't realize is the amount of mental like strength that you have to have as a director.
I kind of enjoy the stress.
Yeah.
And I think part of being a dancer, even just like in general, not even like a director, but a dancer, I've always said, like, if you're gonna do this and you're gonna like really, really do this, you kind of have to like enjoy the struggle.
That's kind of one of the biggest things that we do right after practice is go bond at Denny's.
Nice.
Because it's the only thing open. Or from my, you know, which is like, you know, we struggle for a reason, right? What is the best things that come out of either being a director or just being kind of around these people?
For commonality, once we started this, we started getting a lot of people telling us, like, you know, you changed our lives forever. If it wasn't for you guys, I would have no friends. I would probably just be stuck in my dorm, you know, just like finding out what to do. And a lot of them said that they found a life at commonality. And just like hearing that, just like, dang, like something that we were able to create and then just impacted so many lives.
The relationships that I've built with people, and like you said, just the moments of gratefulness between friends and like you said, family. Essentially, like, you get really close to these people.
How do you help members stay engaged with the team when they're not blocked in as core?
Nobody wants to come to practice and sit around and do nothing, obviously. Like, that feels like a waste of time, and that's completely understandable. But I think it is important that we just kind of keep the ball rolling and we keep the you know, the energy up. So I think, really what we do is we just try to make it worth it. So we try to make it worth it when you come to practice. You're either dancing and you're blocking with something, or you're training. We try to always implement something. Even if it's like freestyle, we'll like go in a room, we'll put on music, and we'll stand in a circle and we'll freestyle, just so that people are getting at least, you know, their time's worth.
Yeah.
That they're coming through and actually being productive.
It's a privilege to perform on stage, so don't take it for granted.
I've done performances where I was in 1 count of the closer and I was hyped. I was like, I'm gonna kill this 1 count. And you know what I mean? Like, that's, even if it's like that, I think it's really important that it's all an understanding of, again, like, it's a bigger picture and you're a part of it. So the fact that you're a part of it means everything.
Basically, that wraps it up for today, guys. So make sure you guys catch us next week between us FOOS. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.